let's review Stranger Things Demogorgon Crunch. With the release of Season 5 of Stranger Things right around the corner, will this be the perfect tie-in cereal? Could the combination of marshmallows and waffles take breakfast to the next level? Would this taste even better if we ate it upside down? Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. Happy birthday, everybody, and welcome to Cerealsly, where we take cereals seriously. My name is Alex, and I eat and review hundreds of cereals a year with episodes every single week in order to help you get the most out of your cereal experience. Today on Cerealsly, we're taking a look at Demogorgon Crunch, based on the big bad enemy monster from the Netflix series Stranger Things. Famously, in Season 1 of the show, the main cast of dudes is deep into playing a 1980s game of Dungeons & Dragons. In the game, they're battling an ancient demon called the Demogorgon, and soon after, actual supernatural stuff starts happening in their lives, and soon they're being hunted by this thing. So they dub it the Demogorgon. It's a super tall, bulletproof monster whose face opens up like a flower to chomp on people. Pretty cool. But this monster isn't the only connection to the show here. No, this cereal is chock full of Stranger Things references. The biggest one, of course, is the Waffle cereal itself. In Stranger Things, the main character, 11, loves Eggo waffles, and they're actually a major part of her bonding with her adopted father. But that leads me to perhaps my greatest confusion about this cereal, and a possible sign of some pretty serious drama in the cereal world. You see, as I mentioned, the specific waffles that 11 loves in Stranger Things are Eggo toaster waffles. W.K. Kellogg's Co., the maker of this cereal, actually has made Eggo waffle cereal in the past. Look, I have one version here. This is one of the boxes from 2019. And their sister company, Kellanova, is still the manufacturer of Eggo waffles. But on this box, there is no reference to the brand name Eggo. In fact, they don't even use the word waffles. Instead, they just call this a syrup flavored cereal. Why would that be? Well, I have a theory. Just a few months ago, W.K. Kellogg's Co., the cereal arm of the company, was purchased by Ferrero, the Italian company that owns Nutella and Kinder Eggs. Could it be that despite keeping the Kellogg's name on the boxes for now, Kellanova and Ferrero already have such a separate relationship, they couldn't come up with a deal to label these as Eggo waffles cereal? What a strange window this cereal gives us into the world of corporate politics. Definitely did not expect that. All right, now putting aside our discussion of corporate posturing, let me just quickly mention the great marshmallows that are in here. There's one that's supposed to resemble the Demogorgon, which is cute. Then there's also a D20 dice and a flashlight marshmallow. D20 dice are the Dungeons & Dragons famously complicated dice that D&D fans will instantly be familiar with. And the flashlight is a reference to the many times flashlights have played a pivotal role in the show. Sometimes just to illuminate dark places, but other times to be used as a communication device across distances in the spooky dimension of the Upside Down. The back and side of this box also have a million other references for die-hard fans. All in all, there is a ton of deep dive Stranger Things stuff packed in here, so for that alone, fans of the show should love this. But how does it taste? That's my biggest question. So for now, I want to use all of my cereal expertise to help you decide if you need a bowl of Stranger Things Demogorgon Crunch. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, you are like totally tubular. But would you do me a favor? Would you like this video and subscribe to the channel? Maybe even leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Doing any one of those things would really help me out. All right, I think I am ready. I have got my bowl, I've got my spoon, I've got my trusty 1% milk that I love so much, and of course I've got the cereal of the hour, Demogorgon Crunch from Stranger Things. Syrup flavored cereal, not waffles. It's totally waffles. That is absolutely crazy. You know, this just missed the Halloween cereal season for me, which I thought was a real bummer. But then I realized that season 5 of the show itself comes out at Thanksgiving. So it's not just the cereal that missed the Halloween deadline, it's the entire show. I wonder if Thanksgiving and Christmas will play a role in the show this season. Who knows? But I am definitely interested in diving into these. So let's open them up, see what they look like in a bowl. Well, I don't know how closely you watch the segment where I'm pouring the cereal into the bowl, but that sequence really freaked me out because as I started pouring, very few marshmallows were coming out at the beginning. Finally, in the second half of the pour, they arrived, and I think I understand why that happened. I hope you can see that the marshmallows themselves are incredibly small compared to the big, giant waffle pieces. Now, that's not bad in of itself, but it probably does explain why there was a little more settling of the marshmallows in this box. And I was just pouring out that first layer. So maybe shake the box you have before you pour it out at home. Is that a good cereal tip? But now that it is in my bowl, let me tell you, the smell of maple syrup is everywhere. It is permeating everything here in my little studio, which I think is good. I hope the taste lives up to the great Waffle's scent. The marshmallows, as I mentioned, are pretty tiny, but they're present and they're colorful and they look like what they say they're supposed to look like on the box. Maybe I'm a little nonplussed with the Demogorgon marshmallows, which are just stars. Boy, did they luck out that the Demogorgon is shaped like a little star. That really is perfect for them. And they emphasize it in the picture on the box. They probably already had that marshmallow shape cutter laying around. Probably saved a pretty penny on the manufacturing side. Boy, even as I talk, the smell is getting stronger and stronger. So I am very interested in trying the taste of these. Let's try Stranger Things Demogorgon Crunch Dry. Yum. The waffle texture is very similar, at least in my mind, to like honeycomb cereal from Post. Likely, it's very similar to the Eggo waffle cereal that they've produced in the past. And I think it's the round shape of the cereal pieces that's making me think they look so much like honeycombs. But that is the shape of Eggo waffles. They're not square, they're definitely round. So at least this is accurate. I gotta tell you, I really like the taste. It's waffly enough without being sickly sweet or overpowering. I got a few marshmallows in that first bite, and they're just as dehydrated dry as I want them to be. So at least in that first bite, I am a big fan of these. I think the next step is to put some milk on it, see what that does. All right, let's give a try to Stranger Things Demogorgon Crunch in milk. Yum. Boy, oh boy, I really like this. I've always been a big waffle cereal fan. In fact, Cinnamon Toast Crunch Waffles won my cereal of the year last year. But I gotta tell you, the addition of the marshmallows is perfect in this. And my connection to honeycomb isn't just in the shape of the pieces. There is something even to the texture, the consistency, the chew that mentally is reminding me of those. Now, it's a different company, so they're literally not the same, but that's still a strong connection my brain is making. I'll say it again, the syrupy flavor isn't overpowering. In fact, there is a little hint of salt in there that takes it to the next level. Allow me to admit that I'm not the biggest Stranger Things fan in the world. I really liked season 1 when the kids were small, but now those same kids are so stretched out that they just look weird to me. Now, of course, they're growing up. They're real kids. I don't begrudge them that. I just don't like looking at them anymore. But this cereal is making me like Stranger Things more. I love it. I think all that's left is to give this cereal a rating out of 5. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate, we took every facet of taste and texture into consideration, and now it's enough. I could have sat here and eaten this cereal all day long, so I have got to go ahead and make my final verdict on Stranger Things Demogorgon Crunch a 5 out of 5. I couldn't get enough. This is one of those cereals that I purchased right when it came out in order to review it on the channel, but other people in my life who know I love cereal also bought me some boxes of this, so I have 3 or 4 in storage, and I am so happy, so grateful to those friends, because I think I might polish those boxes off. My suggestion is that you run out and get this cereal. Try it for yourself. Let me know what you think. In fact, if you do want to try today's cereal for yourself, I got mine at Target. That was the easiest place for me. Now listen, I'd love to spend even more cereal time together, and YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy the videos that are on screen now. So check those out while you're waiting for our brand new episode next week. Till then, never be sorry, friends. Bye-bye.